Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about... Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. I know it's not Halloween. Alright, that's long past. But when it came to my Halloween videos, I ran out of time and I couldn't upload everything I wanted to. So that's why I'm uploading them past Halloween. But if you stop and look at it like this, at some point in time, it's gonna be Halloween time again, October. So somebody eventually will stumble upon my videos and watch it around Halloween time. So yeah. So Weird Season 2, Episode 8, Werewolf. This was a really good, chilling, and interesting episode. I really love the resolve at the end because something happens that you don't expect to happen in a normal werewolf type story. Now, sadly, because the show is on a shoestring budget, they don't show the actual werewolf. They don't show none of it. It's not in CGI. They didn't decide to do makeup in a costume. Not sure why. They probably just didn't have the budget for it. Because a lot of monsters don't really show up in this thing, and normally if they do, their CGI and don't look all that great. Now there is a troll episode. Now they do go prosthetics, but it looks like just a regular troll mask. It looks okay for like a kid's show, but you know, it was an adult show, it needed to look a little bit better. But it looked good for what it was. But sadly, we don't get to see the werewolf. But we get tons of suspense illusion. And that is great. Suspense illusion makes you wonder, my God, what is it? What does it look like? It's coming for them. We can't see it, but it's gaining on them. You know what I'm saying? That's something Steven Spielberg did with the first Jurassic Park movie. It was a lot of like, you know, leaves and trees like shaking in the wind, and you hear noises and stuff until you get the big reveal, you know. And it also happened on the episode of Sliders and their dinosaur episode, because they really didn't have the money for CGI, and when they did, it looked all right, but not like stellar, you know. And so with this episode, they're on their bus and they're heading to a bed and breakfast. Clue is not here because he just left for college, and his parents are helping him move in. So, you know, they're all on the bus, and we hear Jack talking to Clue on the phone till Molly takes her eyes off the road. Jack lets her know there's something in the road. She swerves, everybody goes out to look. Now, Molly doesn't want Fee to look and see what it is, and Fee's all like, you know what, if the boys can look, she can look, until she sees it. And she ain't too happy. It's a mangled rabbit. They don't show the mangled rabbit. Molly thinks she hit it with her car, but Jack's like, no, he thinks the animal ripped it apart. And there we see in the bushes, there's something with red eyes looking at them. Now the episode starts off great, just like it always does, with Fee narrating what this episode is going to be about. I love when they do that because it's the way they format the dialogue and everything. She's talking to us, but not really as herself. It's more like speculation and theories and historical facts and stuff like that, you know, and I love it. So anyway, they're at the bed and breakfast, and it's a family, a very friendly, nice family, except for the dad. For some bizarre reason, he is not too friendly. He doesn't say much. He kind of bumps around them and everything. And, you know, so as Fee's going to bed and everything, she can hear something at night. There's a full moon out and everything. When she wakes up, there's a little girl staring at her. Oh, by the way, so when they was at the mango rabbit site, Carrie finds a fingernail, like a plastic fingernail that a person will put on their finger and stuff. It's pink. He's not sure what it is, but he keeps it for some bizarre reason because, you know, he's Carrie. So Fee is woken up by a little girl named Laura, and those two bond instantly. She's a little bit younger. She's about 10 years old. Fee's 14. She looks up to Fee. You know, it's a nice bonding. You know, you had little kids on there with the older person of their gender or a kid or whatever. You know, they really bond instantly and look at that person as like, you know, like a big sister, big brother type thing, you know. And so they go into town, and the little girl's all excited because she gets to shop for like clothes and all this girly stuff. And she shows Fee that she bought herself some fake fingernails and everything. And she loves her fingernails looking long and everything and looking so girly and glamorous and dolled up. And so the town people are talking because in this small, tight knit community of a town, their animals have been like eaten up by some bigger animal and they don't know what it is, and and stuff like that. And so Laura dad, which is actually her adoptive father because she's adopted, he tells the person in town, he's like, when this affects one of us, it affects all of us, and they're gonna look for this animal and stuff. Well, Fee finds a bizarre footprint, and as she's like, trying to examine it, Jack is letting her know that, it's too big to be a wolf footprint, because wolf had the feet of like dogs and stuff. But whatever it is, it's way too skinny to be something else. So they're not sure what it is. And it's a great footprint and everything. And so, like, at some point in time, Laura is upset and she's not feeling too great. And she overhears Fee and Carrie talk. Her Carrie decides to show her the fingernail that he found. And as she's looking at it, cause he didn't know what it was, but she knows exactly what it is. It's the fingernail. And she's a little weirded out by that because she knows she's seen that before. Now, Laura is eavesdropping on them. And, you can probably guess where this is going. Laura, there's something going on with her and stuff. And so, like, she asked Fee, can she spend the night with her in the room and sleep with her in the bed? And Fee says yes. Well, in the middle of the night, we see Molly come in to, like, check on Fee. Laura is not there. So in the next morning, we see the family, they're outside doing stuff, and Laura is sleeping outside in a blanket. And so, like, Fee is now starting to suspect because there are claw marks on their door and everything like that. She talks to Laura's adoptive father, and he tells her, he found her in the woods when she 10 years ago, and he don't know who she belongs to, nothing like that. And so you can pretty much figure out what's exactly going on. Laura is the werewolf and everything. A little girl, a werewolf and everything, only 10 years old, scared out her mind. And so, like, at one night, when Fee wakes up in the middle of the night, she wakes the boys up because she wants to go investigate because Laura is missing, because she suspects Laura is this werewolf and stuff. And so as they're going in the middle of the night, this is where all the good suspense stuff comes. They're walking, it's nighttime, it's dark, it's real nighttime too. Not fake Hollywood nighttime. They're in the woods and everything, and they find Laura's dress on a bush. With their flashlights in hand, they go looking for her until they hear noises that scare the crap out of them. So they're looking around all frantic. And Fee sees something, and then she screams and hollers, and everybody just takes off and everything because she's trying to look for the rest. Everybody meets up, they're running, and it's just like you see like the red like viewpoint of the werewolf coming at them. They can clearly see it. Now, what kind of werewolf is this? Is it one that stands on 2 feet? Is it one that's just a giant animagus type wolf looking thing? Don't know because they won't let us see it. And it's a really intenseful chase scene that really gets your blood pumping and everything. Because it's like there's 3 teenagers about to get ate by a little werewolf girl, And it's catching up on them fast. And so they make it back to the bus where they go inside. And the werewolf is banging at the door trying to bust through and everything. They come up with a plan to trap it in the bus. Carrie is going to get out the window door. They're gonna open the bus door, run out, trap it inside and everything. And so when they trap it, you hear like banging and all kind of stuff. In the morning, Fee decides to be brave and everything and go inside because she thinks she knows who the werewolf is. And it is Laura. Laura is crouched down on the ground, naked. We don't see her naked, but we see like her feet and stuff. And she's naked because she don't have her dress. It's old school transformation. And she's scared and she's terrified, and Fee lets her know it's gonna be okay. and everything, and Sophie like wraps her in like a blanket and they walk outside and the rest of the family's now out there. And she tells him, your daughter has a problem. He knows and everything. They all knew something was going on with her, but they don't know how to help her. So what they're gonna do is in the next morning they call all the townspeople in, and they reveal that their daughter has an illness and she needs help. And she's just a little girl who's scared and like frantic and stuff. Now this is the part that shook me, that surprised me. The town people told them exactly what the father told them. When it affects one, it affects all of them, and they're gonna help that little girl the best way they can. Normally in a horror movie, the townspeople are ready to kill the werewolf, but not here and everything. Maybe because this is a kid show, who knows? And I love that. Now, one best way to help this little girl is, chain her up at night and stuff. And I love how, like, Fee isn't like Jack. She's not skeptic. She's not gonna brush this off. She's gonna look for the weird. She's gonna help townspeople out. Like she's a superhero in her own right. Now, when it comes to Molly in this episode, it foreshadows something a few episodes from now. The Rock and everything. She's working on a song for her father as she's telling Laura's mom and everything. And this is, of course, that Banshee episode. That wasn't that spooky. Alright, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.